It sounds totally sick. This was fun to do. Let's dive into the drums, right? Let's not mess around here with anything. Okay, so I'm using Superior Drummer 3 for this one. I actually went with, it looks like the pop punk kit, but it's pretty modified. And I'm using the pop punk preset in the pop punk kit. I got my kick with a ton of room sound. We'll go into that. And then my snare sound. I believe I'm using the snare 3, but I also have a sample, and this is the main snare from the Taylor Larson pack. If you don't have the Taylor Larson sample pack, you need to get it. It sounds incredible, especially that snare sound. I've used that snare sound I don't know how many things at this point. The mixer, I didn't mess too much with this. I did most of my mixing in Reaper, so I think Tom 3s on both the kits. So nothing too crazy in Superior Drummer. You could honestly do that in Easy Drummer 3 or something like that with the pop punk kit. But let's get into all the processing I did. So with the kick, added a lot of lows and took out some highs actually, because I didn't want the kick to sound, it doesn't sound metally. I didn't want it to sound like metal. I actually wanted it to sound have more of a rock flavor, so I added more thickness. So taking out a lot of top, it looks like, in that kick drum, because the pop punk kick, it has a ton of attack, which is great. Like I don't mind that at all, because it is pop punk. But I did use the kick there, and the super snappy kick didn't quite fit the track. So that's what I did with the kick drum. With the snare drum, a 0.7 boost at 3.3K. So basically nothing on the snare for the drums. A lot of this drum sound actually came from the room sound. So here's what I'm doing with the rooms. I'm taking out like the ultra low lows and just notching out like some nasty cymbal stuff. So if I solo that here, you hear that ringing snare stuff? Yeah, that's what I was trying to get rid of. And so that was actually the only processing on the individual tracks, believe it or not. But the drum bus has some processing. Virtual Mix Rack, I'm using a compressor. The 401 added a bit of shimmer and thickness. This is just compressing and gluing the entire drum bus together. You can hear it get thicker and more exciting when I do that. So I think that made a pretty big difference there.